Hey everyone, this is John Logan with Greenlit Growth Strategies, and I'm doing a series showing you how to use the Storybrand.ai platform. In my last video, I showed you how to use the Ask Any Question feature, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Create a Campaign feature. When you log into Storybrand, you're going to see this homepage here, and we're going to click Create a Campaign right here. If you already have a campaign, click on My Campaigns on the left and select which ones you want to go for. You can add one with this plus button here. But for most of you, we're just going to go ahead and start from the home page, create a campaign. When you go to create a campaign, you have one of two options. Number one, you can create a brand profile if you don't have one already, or you can enter your info manually, which is basically the same thing. For me, I'm going to use my brand profile that I built about Greenlit Growth Strategies, but I want to show you how to create a new brand profile. Let's go ahead and click here. It'll ask you what your company name is, what products or services you offer, who's your target audience, what's the main problem your customers deal with as it relates to your product, what is your solution, how do you solve their problem, what differentiates your brand from your competitors, or another way to say it is what is your unique selling proposition. Briefly outline awards, accolades, basically what gives you the authority, what can you place your flag in and say, this is why we're the best, this is why we're good at what we do. And then are there any specific steps your customers need to take to buy your product? If you're familiar with Storybrand, that's going to be the 3-step plan that you give your customers with the call to action. That's what you want to put in here. For me though, I've already done that. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this brand profile here. I'm gonna use this brand and I'm gonna choose my assets. Now, these are all the assets you can choose from. There are categories up here. You can select key brand assets, which will select brand scripts, sales emails, taglines, wireframe, one-liner, lead generator, nurture emails. Now, they call them key brand assets. I would call them the launch pad for your marketing. These 7 elements are what's going to help you build that foundation for your marketing to launch your new story branded marketing. You can also click social media assets right here, which will select the tagline, social media post ideas and captions, video scripts, and brand or product story. Let's look at, if you click marketing assets up here, that gives you tagline, lead generator ideas, blog posts, website wireframes, lead generating PDFs, and nurture emails. You can have sales assets, so one-liners, taglines, sales talking points, and sales emails. Depending on what kind of campaign you're trying to build, you may only want 2 or 3, you may want all of these. It really depends on what strategy you're trying to employ. So for me, when I typically build a story branded sales funnel, I'm going to select these assets. A wireframe for your homepage and your landing page, lead generating PDFs, blog posts, product or brand story, nurture emails, video scripts, social media posts, lead generator ideas, and then some sales talking points. This is assuming that you already have a product or service that you just need to build out a marketing campaign around. Let's go ahead and do sales emails as well, because you need nurturing and sales emails, period. Once you've selected your assets, click on the top right, hit next. It's going to select your assets, saving what you got. And here you go. It's going to put you in this page, which will show you the assets that you've selected for your campaign. Let's say you want to write some more blog posts. Go ahead and click add asset. Find the asset you want to add. There's blog posts right there. Click that. Scroll down to the bottom, add asset to my campaign. Now you have another blog post. You need to select the assets for the campaign. And before you launch any campaign, you need to have a marketing strategy built around it. So that way you're not just throwing marketing like spaghetti against the wall and hoping it sticks. In order to build out a campaign, you have to start with your brand script. Now, this is based on the questions that you answered when you created your brand profile or if you entered it manually. But we're going to go ahead and click into this so I can show you what I'm talking about. So anytime you tell a story, you need to have a controlling idea. Think about Star Wars. Star Wars, you have the rebellion fighting against the evil empire, overthrowing tyranny. That's a controlling idea. Your brand script needs to have a controlling idea. What is the overarching theme of the story you're trying to tell in this campaign? So because this is based off of my brand, the controlling idea here is transform your marketing strategy and watch your business thrive with our expert guidance. It's a bit wordy, but it gets the idea across. And for an AI generated prompt, it's not too bad. Now, first we're going to look at your character. Who's your character and what do they want? Because this was based off of my business and how I answered the questions, the character it came up with is small business owners looking for marketing clarity and growth. That is one of the characters that I serve. What is the problem that that character has? The external, internal, and philosophical problems. The external problem is what is going on around you. That's problematic. The internal problem is how do you feel about what is going on with the external problem. The philosophical problem is why is this problem bad? Why is this problem a bad thing? Storybrand AI generated for me was external problem, ineffective marketing and messaging. It's a pretty common external problem. Internal problem, frustrated by low ROI and unclear strategies. Also a very common internal problem. And the philosophical problem, you shouldn't have to struggle with marketing that doesn't work. It's true. If your marketing doesn't work, you're not doing it right. And if you don't know how to do it right, you need help. And that's what I try and do. We've identified the character with a problem. Now they need to meet the guide. The guide in this case is going to be me because it's based on my brand. If you've built out your brand profile or you answer the questions manually, you are going to be the guide. You need to be the guide to your ideal customer's story. The story you need to tell invites the customers to be part of it, where you are the guide. You are the Yoda. You are the person who knows how to solve their problem and has the ability to fix it with a plan. Now, when a character meets a guide, the guide has to have a plan. If they don't have a plan, the character is not going to trust the guide. And in order to connect with your character in a way that they know, like, and trust you, you need to start with empathy first. You need to have an empathy first message. So here, the empathy statement for meeting a guide section is we understand how challenging and overwhelming marketing can be for small businesses. And then establishing my competency and authority with years of experience and a proven growth framework. I've helped businesses scale from 3 million to 50 million within 2 years. Most organizations make the mistake of starting with a competency and authority statement first and then expressing empathy after. You need to express empathy first to show that you actually care about your customers, and then you can establish your expertise. And like I said before, the guide has to have a plan. So here's a 3-step plan. Schedule your call, optimize your marketing, and see the growth. Simple 3-step plan. Now the guide calls the character to action. And when you call them to action, give them an affirmation. So in this case, it's if you're facing marketing challenges, choosing our services is the solution you need. Direct call to action, book your consultation, a marketing call to action, get started. If you have a lead generator on your website, you'll want to have what's called a transitional call to action, which tells the website visitor to download, to look at, to click here, whatever it is, in order for you to capture their contact information to put them into a nurture campaign. One thing is the direct call to action should be the first step in your plan. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that, schedule your call, and put that here. Take out the number 1. Your direct call to action needs to be the first step in your 3-step plan. So now that we have a character with a problem who's met a guide, who has a plan, who's called them to action, now we need to portray what success and failure looks like. If you work with me, Storybrand.ai says you will gain clarity, see growth, and achieve a strong brand presence. The failure is or continue facing frustration, lose potential revenue, and remain invisible in the market. Now, I don't really like these answers. I think this could be a lot better. So if you look at this brain right here, go ahead and click revise. I don't like this. So I can give suggestions to improve the response, or I can leave it blank to receive a new result. I'm gonna leave it blank. I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter. Now, the new negative stakes is your marketing efforts will continue to flounder, leaving you frustrated and stuck. You risk losing potential customers to your competitors. Your growth plateaus while your dreams slip further away. This is a little bit better, kind of grandiose, but better. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save new suggestion. And you can do that for any one of these 7 sections. If you're not quite sure how to word something, if you just really don't like what it's come up with, you can just go ahead and you can hit revise, and the AI will give you new suggestions. Or let's just say you don't like this marketing call to action right here. You can manually put in your correction. And then the last part is the identity transformation. You have a controlling idea what the story is about. The identity transformation is what the journey is that you are taking your character, your hero, from what to what with your help. So if you work with me, Storybrand.ai says, before you will feel uncertain, after you will feel confident and empowered. I really don't like this. Never format it this way. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for a new result. From overwhelmed to empowered. Much better, much more simple. The brand script is the foundation for any of the assets you generate with Storybrand.ai. You need to make sure that your story brand script is dialed in. Now, you can work with a Storybrand certified coach like myself to develop that initial brand script for you. You can take it and put it into Storybrand.ai and generate all the assets from there using that framework. Of course, it's no substitute for working with a Storybrand certified coach like myself to build out everything for you, but it's a great tool that can get you about 50 to 60% of the way there. So now that we've refined our brand script, go ahead and hit create campaign. Now it kicked me back out here. So we're going to go back. Now for some reason it kicked me out here. So I'm going to click back into the top one because that's the most recent. There we go. I'm going to make another video showing you how to create assets in Storybrand.ai. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below or go to my website, greenlitgrowth.com, and set up a 15-minute growth call, or go ahead and schedule a 1-hour strategy session where I can help you use the Storybrand.ai platform to build you a marketing campaign. I hope this was helpful, and we'll talk real soon.